welcome back. Once again, we're delving into the nice life of Higurashi. A time out in the countryside, just enjoying time with friends. And brain-altering parasites, apparently. That really would explain quite a lot of what we've seen in this show. What people have been led to do, and how they seemingly act outside of their normal functions and wills and desires. Although I'm not sure exactly how we can stop a parasite. If it's a controlling family, it can be dismantled. If it's some supernatural curse, well, you can just put the hand back on the statue and appease it. If it's the entire general area, a swamp, a parasite, and no real medical intervention. With that small bit of detail coming to light, how is it going to affect how I see things going forward, or how anyone acts in this show? But still, with murders complete and not really being investigated all too well, is that gonna come back to haunt us? We'll have to see. So, movements are already inbound to just stop her from getting out there, from exposing the secrets. And why are they so against? That'd be why, immediately. Thank you for explaining exactly what I was wondering about. Why would they be so against the secret of the swamp parasites getting out? Why would they be against it? Because they want to revive the curse, have fear in of itself. There's a lot of strange goings on in this. How could anyone forget it? It was a magical evening. So if they say the time of death was earlier than the time they actually met up, well, she looked very, very good for a corpse. A zombie, a doppelganger, a twin. So adding more mystery on top of things. Did we? I have a weird feeling that we heard about people being dead yet still meeting up and having a friendly chat before. Great. So there's more crossed wires and dealings going on. Just happened to disappear. It seems the net is slowly closing in, with one fearing that she is under threat due to the knowledge that she holds and how the village wants to stop her, while also being complicit with several other mysteries. As long as no one goes and plays around in the scrapyard. And considering the focus on her, this little section arc thing, Well, I have been wanting it because she's been mostly just a background asset in many of the other arcs and not really intrinsic to any of it. Being a somewhat outsider compared to the rest of the group, not including Keiichi. I'm just trying to think from all the double dealings and mysteries and supernatural elements in all of this. That's actually incredibly helpful. I guess it doesn't matter if they go sneaking around, find the original site where they cut them all up. Plus, then if they accidentally lead them back to the remains, there's nothing here but a hole. There is so much. Her legs look incredibly thin just there. There's so much to lose right now, considering the. Well, where else would she be? A car? Turn off her little lantern thing. You may want to stay put. Hopefully they don't go missing as well. Nice that they got called away. A witness. Now, who could have possibly called that in and got them off the trail? Yes, those doppelgangers again. Zombies. Her that's not her. Those little, leechy worms. Try and contain yourself a little. When she was starting to imagine it with her wrists when she was talking to the nurse, well, she managed to contain herself slightly. Good that she had a little bit of first aid. It's a rash. Absolutely nothing. How could that have happened? Yes. There's a perfectly reasonable explanation. Why is he beating around the bush? Why didn't you just say they were taken to a more secure place? Because they're friends? Why is he... There you go. Start with the main things. That would have been a bigger problem if they were found, you know. have a little meeting, talk it amongst themselves, come up with a plan of action. Oh, wait a minute, you were missing! I think she can't really... Well, she can, but can't really confide in anyone with what she's found out. Aliens. So anyone that gets too close to the truth... Yep. You need some medical intervention right now. Also, it's amusing that these parasites are so weak to change in temperatures and humidity, and moving away from the village kills them. And yet they're happy to reside in a human body. It works both ways, you know. I mean, they hide things that may be unbeneficial to their mental state. Remove the knife away from her. So... was the report that was given to her completely accurate? Also... Oh... It's a misunderstanding. Okay. Well, that could be a prank by a child rather than anything truly devious, but it's not exactly good. As long as it's only a model gun, not a real one, where he get his hands on one of those. But also, was he too young to understand the implications of what he was actually doing? His father's rich. How dark of a backstory do they each have? Do they all have these horrid sides to themselves which they don't want others to find out? If we're not friends, there's no need to cover for you. I mean, if they aren't friends, why would he continue to lend aid and protect her? Considering what she's done now. And he's going through so much, and once again, is it going to be a case of they can help each other out if he just speaks out a little? Oh. Is this where... Oh, okay. I was going to say, is this where Renaud walks through the door and interrupts it all, but no, he's making light of the terrible past that he has done. They're just going to accept it and carry on like usual? What is... Yeah, how much do you have to tell everyone? If you're friends, do you have to share your innermost desires, your deepest regrets in life, what times you go to the bathroom. See, there are some things that are secrets, there are some things that are just unnecessary information. For various reasons. That's not necessary. If you're a good person now, what does it matter what happened in the past? That's not usually how it always works, but as long as the one he is now isn't the mask that he's wearing to convince himself. You have very different ways of looking at it through different conversations. But what? Why is he? It was a marker. It was an innocent prank and a marker. But in his paranoia, he saw a needle. Also, why is he seeing this now? What does this mean? You killed me? What? Excuse me? Yeah, how could they be bullying him? How naughty of them. But also, him now seeing it, does this mean she was... It's not the premonitions or anything. It's that what they've relived it. Is this what Rika was talking about? He couldn't hear them. He was possessed. Overcome by paranoia and parasites. Does that mean he is one step closer to breaking this thing? Whatever the hell it is. She can. She's the game master in all of this. Considering that he went through it before. So what can he do to change the cycle this time? I mean, if it can, the wheels of fate can be misaligned. If he can... Change in voice here. With two of them now aware of the past, I mean, it might need more than a hug as apologise for killing her. Let's be fair. Maybe best if you don't know. So, hopefully this epiphany that he had, this knowledge of what transpired, lasts longer than just this one little section. I mean, Rika seems to know it for a while, so... That was a very quick sip, but still. Is Renner going to see this? Hang on, you were talking to the police. Why were you talking to the police? And go more down a spiral of doubt. So, what was in the notebooks that weren't handed over? They need to get them authenticated, sure, but still. I mean, the other world and this world clashed. She was trying to summon demons, that's what this was. Each notebook had a different cause? Is this what they're saying here? The way they're dancing around it, trying to get them on board, get them to back off slightly. It's interesting. They will pass them over immediately. Is that one they... okay. That one is also to go to the police. Do they have anything that they want to add on top of those two? Fair, she should be able to be given proper representation. This is both a wish and a warning. Don't ruin the garden. But she is walking alone now. And I wonder if the white men in the van come for her now. Will they be able to confine her? But the biggest moment here definitely was the fact that Keiichi remembered the past, his actions, what he saw, and now that he's got a clear mind and not falling into this psychosis, that wasn't a needle, it was a marker. They wanted to draw on his face, have fun, remind him that they're friends, and just be there for him. And he returned that kind with a bat. So, if the whole was because they've been infested with the parasites and it's leading to the intensive scratching, what about the photographer? We haven't seen anything about him. Tomotaki hasn't gone psycho over anything. It's just, we were told he was found with his throat clawed out. So is there a story behind that is also pulling strings that I'm yet to unknow how that is affecting it all? What were the contents of those notebooks? The various causes, whether it be parasites, the underground men, or anything and everything. And then what is actually going on with the missing memories, the times past, the other worlds, the different timelines where things went drastically different. Is it, like I said right at the beginning, of some Groundhog Day situation where it's just replayed each time, where they reset their memories, only for them to befall the same fate in different ways? Or is there something a lot more unplausible going on? I'd say with the fact that he seems to remember his actions then, whether or not that actually happened, or it was just a spontaneous burst of false memories being implanted in him. We've at least seen it before. But what does that... How does that change anything? And considering the other storylines, he's come out of it, almost all of them, at least, well, severely injured, but at least alive. The gas leak, he was the one to survive. The thing with Shion, he was stabbed, but woke up in the hospital. Now, with the Takano died before the Cotton Drifting Festival, yet you were talking to us, so what does that mean? With the case of doppelgangers and zombies, with the Shion case and her pouncing on ways in the hospital bed, was that a figment of his imagination? Was it this zombie thing going on? Was it just a jump scare for us all? Considering the 180s that the characters are pulling, to going from we're friends, we can do and tell each other anything, to being incredibly suspicious of them all. Rather than just go, oh, you're acting weird. All right, well, fine, screw you then. Actually, researching a little, pushing into it, seeing what's really going on. Isn't that what friends do? Help each other out when things go bad. Maybe not when they're holding a bladed weapon. But the hallucinations, the worms coming through her skin, yeah, that would be a cause of concern. And while, if you scratch yourself, worms came out, you'd be like, oh god, I've got to get them all out. Or it'd be, oh god, I won't do that again. I'll just, if I can't see them, out of sight, out of mind. Worms, do your thing, just don't let me see you. Completely healthy way of looking at it. But I really didn't think of the story would go into aliens, the parasite controlling the people around like some sort of flesh mecha, with the past life experiences now on top. First we had some sort of supernatural, now it's not, now it's, then it was interactions and secret cabals of family members and whatnot pulling the strings, to maybe they're not involved, they will look into these things as well. The premonitions, time travel, parasites, aliens. I mean, just there's a dartboard of likely. If there was a dartboard of likely outcomes or explanations for this story, yeah, it's all of them. If there was a dartboard up with all the likely explanations and reasonings for what's going on, and it was picked at random, You wouldn't be using dust, you'd be using a fragmentation grenade to take down the very dartboard itself. Everything. You can't be confined to just a few selections. We need all of them. At once, at the same time. Combined. Interlapping. What the fuck is going on? My poor mind. I'm too dumb to understand it all. But why the notebooks? The 3 that she gave to Rena, and then the others that were left out, seemingly to contradict each other as to, were these just little fan stories that she had written up? It's not actually something that's going on? Oh, did you like the ideas for my new novel? Maybe something will actually come to light in the final one, and I can rest my weary head and try to figure out a little bit. But I think there was quite a good question that was brought up. If, when he was affected by it, couldn't see anything of what they were trying to do or trying to help him, is there a way back? Can he force through this message of we're here to help? Enough for her to actually, not respond with violence. Is there at least a little bit of reasoning still present, or have the worms taken over? Still, at least now we know for sure that if anyone gives you an unsuspecting hug, it's because they've killed you in a past life. I wonder if each of them have their own little epiphanies and work out, hang on, yeah, well, this has happened before. If that happens to me, I'm going to be like, hang on, is that why you hugged me? You bastard. Stop killing me. Still, with so much going on, I don't think it's gonna work out easily. There's so many more episodes to go. One of this series, but then a few others afterwards. So I hope you're eager for that. I'm enjoying it, hopefully you are as well. If that's the case, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel. But for now, definitely get yourselves a bit of rest so that I can see you for the next one.